being someone
72 offense, 10-yard penalty, replay first down.
That they wanted to be accountable for, and you see him already wreaking havoc right there. That's the thing we'll have to watch all game, is how much he can affect this passing game and create pressure.
That's the left tackle, Christian Martin. And there's Newby coming off the right side of the Lobo defense, Dontrell.
Yeah, you see him. He's getting held. He gets outside, and he had already created the pressure. Easy call for the refs.
Motion a man and run the fly sweep. And he's tripped up right at the line of scrimmage. Javion Kennard. Maybe a short gain of 1 or 2. 2nd and 18 coming up. Kennard, by the way, 24 in the white. Game breaker at a 91-yard punt return touchdown against Hawaii last month.
He's dynamic. They like him a lot, Robert.
Four wide receiver setup. For Brewstone. Set up the screen backside. The Lobos get off their blocks and get him on the ground. Frankie Edwards and Tavian Combs are there as Tay Lanier, a former Lobo, gets his first reception for CSU today.
And they try to set up the double screen. They got the running back to the field side, and they try to throw the screen back to the boundary. And the Lobos, right where they were supposed to be, bring up 3rd and long.
3rd and 11. Big play for the New Mexico defense. CSU in 3rd and long. Lobos get pressure. It's Brett Carhu. Carhu gets home for the sack. Back at the 36. It'll be 4th and forever.
And exactly what you want if you're the Lobos. 3rd and long. You know you can pin your ears back, get down, and just get to the edge and cause the sack. And exactly what you want if you're the Lobos. And you see it right here. You know, he calls for the snap, and before he's even back in his drop step, there's pressure. Carhu right in the backfield.
Little friendly competition between the two rush ends, Carhu and James Newby, Dontrell. Carhu now with 5 sacks on the year. James Newby came in with 5.5. Who's going to win that race to the finish line?
And it's definitely something they want, and it's fun. You have a friendly fire. You look over at your guy, and you say, all right, I'm getting to the quarterback first.
Brian Hansen's punt will be caught in the end zone. So, New Mexico touchback coming up. The Lobos will have it 1st and 10 at their 20 on the other side of the timeout. Both defense hold on the first try. Lobos with the ball next.
Dupixent continuously works to help prevent asthma attacks. So game days are better. Girls' days are better. Even Mondays are better. Dupixent's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma. It's not for sudden breathing problems. Some people felt their asthma symptoms improve in as little as 3 days. Severe allergic reactions, including skin reactions, can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor right away if signs of inflamed blood vessels like rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, brown or dark-colored urine, tingling or numbness in limbs. Tell your doctor of new or worsening skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Ask your doctor about Dupixent.
I need help fixing my sink.
Okay, let me find a tutorial for you. Do you have a pipe wrench?
Is this it?
Maybe I should schedule a plumber on Thumbtack.
Good call. You the man.
The new Altitude Plus is here. Nuggets and Avalanche. Your way, every game. Live featured events put matchups front and center. Countdown clocks keep you locked in. Altitude Plus puts you in control. Rewind, fast forward, watch live or on demand. And multi-view to see it all at once.
Nelson punch, let's go! Yes!
Get the new annual plan and save $40. Sign up at altitudeplus.com, then download the app today.
Welcome back to University Stadium in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Lobo football coming out of this timeout. Each offense has had an opportunity and been stopped. Mountain West football is presented by Vectra Bank Colorado. Put the financial professionals at Vectra to work for you. Big enough to count, Small enough to care. Learn more at VectraBank.com, a division of Zions Bank Corporation, N.A., member FDIC.
See if the Lobos can regroup here, Robert.
Look at that start for Jason Eck. One of the greatest starts in his inaugural season as the head coach at the University of New Mexico in the program's history. The first time the Lobos are bowl eligible. Play fake. Screen. Dorian Thomas, the tight end. Gain of 2.
They're going to try to get him going. They got to get Dorian Thomas going. He is the guy. He is the matchup guy. And you see it here, the screen to the boundary, and the ball does come out in the end. You can see it. Maybe they called him down, but yeah, he was definitely down. His derriere was touching the ground, so fortunate there.
Very alert. The Lobos jump on it just in case. Never assume the whistle's blown. Tight formation here for New Mexico on 2nd and 8. Bankston gets a chance. Big pickup. First Lobo first down of the game across the 30 to the 32. Move the chains.
Yeah, and what you see right there is just great feet, great explosion. Keeps his feet moving. And for me, it's the vision. Again, talking to Coach Slice, the offensive coordinator, he talked about trying to run in the A and B gap inside, not outside. And you see it there for a first down.
Lobos run some tempo. Lane's going to pull it and keep it here. And there's nothing there. It gets back to the line of scrimmage. More work for Jacob Ellis, one of the captains at linebacker for the Rams. You'll hear Owen Long's name called a lot. He wears 40 in the white jerseys for CSU today. He's the top tackler in all of college football. There he is, 12.2 tackles per game. He's a sideline to sideline guy, very much like the Lobos' Jackson Eck, Dontrell.
Absolutely. Both play sideline to sideline. They know where the ball's going to be. And talking to their coach, they leave him free, let him roam, and let him play football. He's that good of a football player for this Rams defense.
And he's also a coach on the field, just like Jackson Eck. Look at that backside cut for Damon Bankston on a 2nd and 10. He'll get 4, leaving 3rd and 6. Owen Long with the hit. He's an AP midseason All-American, Owen Long. 2nd team selection at the midpoint of the year. And one thing that Coach Eck talked about with regard to Damon Bankston in this game, Dontrell, he is tied for 4th in FBS in explosives. 11 plays of 30-plus yards. A lot of those catching the ball out of the backfield. They need to find unique ways to get him the ball in space.
And they talked about that. They talked about that in the bye week, being able to do that.
This is exactly that. Bankston in the flat, but no chance to turn up field that time. A terrific tackle by Jahari Rogers from his left corner spot.
Yeah, there was just a broken play from the beginning. Jack Lane looks a little off floated it too much, and no time for him to catch that ball. As a running back, you want to get that ball early, get it down, and obviously there was pressure. He couldn't, so you have an opportunity to stop and start, change directions, and definitely make somebody miss in the open field. But again, Lobos not able to get things going on that drive.
So Daniel Hughes in punt formation again for New Mexico. And Javian Kennard back deep for CSU. No fair catch this time. Escapes the first hit. Still on his feet. Brought down at the 26. Excellent pursuit by the Lobos. DJ McKinney with the stop. CSU football in a scoreless game on the other side.
At the University of New Mexico's Anderson School of Management, you'll find the graduate education, support, and connections to elevate your career. Apply today for one of the University of New Mexico's master's degrees in Business Administration, MBA and Executive MBA, Project Management, Accounting, Cybersecurity, and Business Analytics. High quality, affordable, flexible, online, or in person, where Lobos do business.
And now for a weather update. The polar vortex is bringing a lot of snow. Good news for a white Christmas, but just be safe getting home. The storm will be here through the night, as will I.
The greatest measure of the season is how it makes you feel. The December to Remember sales event.
Lease the 2026 TX350 for $559 a month for 36 months.
With the Mountain West app, it's your game, your way. Designed for superfans like you, so that you'll never miss a play. We've got you covered with free access to thousands of Mountain West games, from your phone to the big screen. Stream live games, watch highlights, and unlock exclusive content anytime. Download the app today.
Mountain West Football is presented by Intermountain Health, helping people live the healthiest lives possible. By Vectra Bank Colorado, a division of Zions Bank Corporation. Learn more at vectrabank.com. And by Ford Trucks, built better, built stronger, built Ford tough. The Lobos have been unable to get their offense on track early. CSU gets its second chance on offense here as they take over 1st and 10 at their 27. Scoreless football game into Duke City, and nothing at all for Justin Marshall on the inside.
And you see the coach's son right there exploding through the A gap and getting the ball done. And talking to Coach Spence this week, he talked about, the most important thing for his defense is to stop the run.
Marshall had 74 rush yards for CSU in their victory over New Mexico last year, and it's another try for the Chicago native Justin Marshall. Brought down by Landon Williams. 3rd and short. Call it 3rd and 2 from the 35. And more tempo from CSU. Toss sweep. The Lobos blew it up. A fabulous play by Austin Brawley in the backfield. His first game since opening week at the Big House against Michigan. Has returned from the foot injury and explodes for a TFL to force a punt.
Yeah, and talking to Coach Spence, he was excited to have him back. You talked about it, the depth back there, the options. Everybody has played well, but you see him explode there and get out of it.
So DJ McKinney back to receive this punt at his 30-yard line. Brian Hansen strikes it with the right leg, and it's a boomer. Look at McKinney make the over-the-shoulder catch at the 20. He'll try to turn the corner, escapes 3 tackles, but the CSU pursuit is there. They'll give him progress to the 25-yard line. New Mexico back on offense in a scoreless game at University Stadium when we come back.
The power of we connects you. It looks after you. It completes your circle. And with Intermountain Health as a partner in yours, you'll always have the care you need to live the healthiest life possible. Because the stronger your circle, the healthier your life will be. That's the power of we. Intermountain Health.
Congratulations to Mix 100's Jeremy, Katie, and Josh.
And Nina Blanco, who were all big winners at this year's Colorado Broadcasters Association Awards.
Jeremy, Katie, and Josh were named Best Morning Show,
as well as the best radio station personalities in all of Denver.
And our girl Nina was named the Best Afternoon Show.
Thank you for choosing live and local and listening to Mix 100, Denver's best music. Mix 100.
The new Altitude Plus is here, and it's loaded. New look, new features, new shows. Watch up to 4 feeds at once. Chat it up, talk your talk right in the app. If you live for Avalanche hockey, Altitude Plus is your season pass. What are you waiting for? Let's go, baby!
Sign up at altitudeplus.com.
The Mountain West flexing its muscle in 2025. You can see already 6 teams bowl eligible. Utah State sits at 5 victories. They could get bowl eligible this weekend. The Lobos among those teams with just 2 or fewer conference losses, thinking much bigger now. First opportunity for true freshman quarterback of the Lobos, Toa Faavai. Direct snap as he tries the left side and picks up a couple, and flags come out late. There he is from a storied program.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 51. Offense. Phillies half the distance to the goal from the dead ball spot. It's second down.
That's Malik Alian, the Lobos left tackle.
Yeah, just a little overzealous, right? You get there and maybe one of the guys is picking on you, and I know those things, you want to get him back, but they always catch the second guy, so just have to be aware. No penalties and get back into it. Maybe we get a look here at the top of the screen. You see him just actually working hard to me, and then when he's down, he lands on him, and that's where the call is. He throws him down and then lands on him, and that's where the call is.
He threw linebacker Jasim Mitchell to the turf here at University Stadium. So Eck in the gun on a 2nd and 22. Lane steps up in the pocket. Now rolls to his right. Deep ball, near sideline. Caught! 35-30. Did he step out of bounds? We'll see if they mark him out. It's Ziel Smith, the true freshman, to the 43 of CSU.
And that's a just spectacular play right there. You see it right here on the replay. You see Jack Lane just says, hey, he flicks him the little left wrist and says, get upfield, and he just lobs it in there and drops it in the bucket spectacularly. That's why you like Lane. That's where he shows his improvement as a passer.
Gain of 44 now. DJ McKinney straight up the middle, brought down by Owen Long. Solid pickup of 5. 2nd and 5.
And I think that's the maturation for me watching Lane this year, from the game controller, manager, knows, to now being confident in his feet, confident in his arm, making those throws. Not saying that he wasn't capable, but now they're happening on a regular basis where he's making scramble throws, and it's just perfection personified on that throw.
The longest catch of Ziel Smith's career, the 7th for the true freshman this season, goes officially for 43. In the zone read, DJ McKinney gets the carry, and a flag comes out as he spills forward for a yard or two.
Yeah, it's probably in there where there's holding or hands to the face. A lot goes on in the trenches.
Holding, number 78, offense, 10-yard penalty, replay second down.
So they get one of the captains, Richard Pierce, the left guard.
Yeah, you see him, and a lot of those things are happening when you're flat backing. Again, it's hard to say, and defense says you're going to hold, but when you flat back him and then you stand on top of him, essentially they're going to say it's holding if he's trying to get out. But that was just a good pancake block in my opinion. But the reality is it's holding. You got to play how the refs are going to call it.
Head coach Jason X probably heard from referee Nolan Dumas a little bit too much for his liking here in the early portion of this game. That was intended to be a little flip to the tight end, and instead Lane will throw late, looking for Keegan Johnson on the far sideline, and throw high.
It's a shovel pass. That's where the outside guy comes underneath, and you're rolling away from where the defense is, and you shovel it underneath. Just a shovel pass, and they had penetration. It was doomed from the very beginning, and he tried to just kind of throw it away and make something out of nothing.
Looked like Dorian Thomas couldn't get disengaged.
Yeah, maybe they were holding him underneath. Couldn't find an avenue.
Yeah, Thomas, number 3 in all of FBS among tight ends in receptions and receptions per game. Nearly 5 catches a contest. 3rd and 15. Deep one. Near side, Keegan Johnson. Oh, and a perfect throw. And Keegan Johnson just had one go right through his hands. We haven't seen that all season, Dontrell. That could have been a house call.
Yeah, and he is their guy. He is the guy. We haven't seen that all season. You just see him take his eye off it late, and again, a drop of a dime. He dropped that perfectly. Beat Bella, Jace Bella, who's been playing really well. 4 interceptions on the year for Colorado State, and just he'll want that back.
Bella's a guy who didn't even travel the first couple of weeks of the year, but CSU has had such injury issues. He's emerged 4 interceptions over the last 4 games for CSU, and he was beaten on that play. Daniel Hughes with a beautiful pin punt, perfectly directed, outstanding hang time. Chris Gant Jr. underneath it to catch it inside the 5. It is the 4th perfect pin punt for Hughes this season. He has been a magician with that, Dontrell.
Absolute magician, and it's also what you're trying to do is pin them. You're going to get that really high. You want your gunners, who are the outside guys, to be able to run down there and find time to catch that ball. And if he gets it up high and they get a time to turn their back to the goal line and catch it, that's exactly what you practice. That's what you work on, and when it works, it pins the team deep just like this. And now you have to try to keep him down here and play the field position.
Love to force a 3 and out down in this part of the field. Brusso in the gun in the end zone for this shotgun snap. Lobos all over it. Nothing at all for Lloyd Avant. Nailed at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
And when you think about like running the football, what it takes to run the football, you have to have collective effort, push, then you have to have precision. It's so much to run the football, but then when you have a defense like the Lobos who fly around and their emphasis is stopping the run, it's just hard to do.
Brusso's first start was against Washington State in Game 4 back on September 27. He's been the lead signal caller for CSU since that time. They show fly sweep motion, instead handed off inside, and Avant is tripped up. The Lobos get penetration. Really nice work there, diving at his ankles to knock him down by Dimitri Johnson. And Dimitri comes up a little shaken up, Dontrell.
Yeah, it looks like he was like when he darted through the middle there and maybe a rib. I don't want to speculate. We'll maybe get a look at it here, but you look at it and you're wondering, he couldn't get off the field, so hopefully he's okay.
The Santa Rosa Junior College transfer Dimitri Johnson, and returning Lobo, had a career high 14 tackles on the road against San Diego State last season. Has dealt with injury this year, has come back from that. 77 tackles for the Lobos a season ago for Dimitri Johnson. Mercury Swaim typically takes his spot at the linebacker position. The Lobos obviously in a pass defense scenario here. 3rd and 5 from their own 9 for CSU. Brusso in the shotgun with Avant, the tailback to his right. He drops the snap. Brusso is going to be nailed by Keyshawn James Newby back at the 5-yard line. And CSU will be punting out of its own end zone.
Yeah, just a mishap right there. And if you're the Lobos, it probably was going to be bottled up from the beginning, but he took his eye off the snap. It was a low snap and then gets hit by the running back, as you can see there, and just picks it up and lives to fight another day. And now exactly what happened. If you're the Lobos, you get the 3 and out. Now you have an opportunity for your dynamic punt returner, DJ McKinney, to maybe take one to the house, and you change field position for sure.
So the punter Hansen, who's already boomed a 49-yarder today, stands in his own end zone. He's going to hit a low bouncing kick that kicks straight up in the air and then trickles forward as DJ McKinney has to let that one go. It'll roll all the way inside the 30 down to the 28. Very effective punt as long as you get it to roll forward, and he certainly did.
Because if that stops where it hits or goes forward, it's ineffective. They have it on the 50. He got 20 yards of rollout after that punt, and that is absolutely perfection if you're a Ram.
Among those who qualify, Hansen right now 2nd in all the Mountain West in punting average, coming into today at 45 yards a pop. Check it, 47 yards a pop. There's Jack Lane, the Lobo signal caller. 3 years with Luke Schleissner, the offensive coordinator, and his head coach Jason Eck at Idaho. Came with that staff to Albuquerque and UNM. He says he has fallen in love with the Duke City, and They have fallen in love with him.
No.
Motion to tight end Keith. Direct snap here to Damon Bankston. Bank up the left side for a pickup of 7, maybe even 8, brought down at the 37 as we bring the first quarter to a close here in Albuquerque. Lobos nothing, CSU nothing. New Mexico's Brett Carhu off the corner for a big sack.
I could get used to this.
Me too.
Whether it's a staycation, a playcation, or that adventure you've been dreaming about for years, there's something special about making it happen together. When you save with intention, even the smallest moments feel big. At Lucenda Credit Union, we're here to help you create the moments that matter most.
It's closed.
What about my letter?
Hey, Lexus, call Uncle Brian.
Uncle Brian.
To the North Pole?
Grandpa! Oh
no! The greatest measure of the season?
He did get my letter.
Is how it makes you feel. The December to Remember sales event.
Get special offers on select Lexus NX models.
Want to talk Mountain West football with a friend? Just tell Siri, call Jesse on speakerphone.
Damon Bankston gets the carry here on 2nd and short. The ball has come out. CSU thinks they have it. And they do. The first big sudden change play of the contest. Andrew Lorick jumps on the football, one of the D linemen for Colorado State.
Yeah, you always know when games are close or tight or you're a favorite, if you're gonna turnovers are gonna change the game. You see him, and that ball's out early, just dislodges as he's kind of turning toward his back, and that's a clear fumble.
Second time that CSU is in plus territory. The last time the Lobos used the TFL to get off the field and force a punt. A change at quarterback here for Colorado State. Darius Curry fires a strike to the tight end Rocky Beers. Beers picks up 10 and a first down to the New Mexico 29.
And that's just what Beers does. We've highlighted and talked about him. He just goes out there like a basketball player, turns around, boxes out, and just shields everybody off and catches the pass from Curry.
The CSU offense gets a little different look when Curry is in there. They'll run the RPOs with him at 5'10", 185, a swifter quarterback than Brusso. Show fly sweep, and Justin Marshall absolutely gets blown up. Mercury Swain, the St. Francis transfer, lays the lick.
Man, you can see it right here in this replay. Just flies through the lane. Play recognition. You know your gap responsibility, and then you explode through the line. And that's exactly what he was able to do on that play.
That's just a nuclear engineer who's also a really good football player.
Yep.
How about that? Split backfield for Curry here. Curry's a redshirt freshman, by the way, out of Poly High in Long Beach, Southern California. A low throw on the out, but a nice diving catch by Tay Lanier. The former Lobo is going to pick up 10 and make it 3rd and 1.
And in talking to Coach Summers, we knew we would see both quarterbacks, and they both, like you said, bring something different to the table. You see Curry there just get the ball out early, feels like he's confident in his throws, and makes a great throw to the outside there. Lobos have to tighten up their coverage and bring something here on 3rd and short.
The Rams having difficulty getting aligned here. The play clock is down to 10. Looks like they've gotten it figured out. And they're going to hand it off to Avant. And Avant is buried. Jackson Eck, the Lobos defensive MVP, sniffed it out.
He really did right there. They were kind of in trouble from the very beginning and discombobulated with their play calling personnel. And you see on the replay there just multiple people, including the captain, that exploded through that line, was able to get in. Here you have CSU, nothing to lose, going for it on 4th and short inside the 20.
Nothing at all. Boston Brawley again. The Ohio transfer for another TFL.
Lobos happy to have him back in the lineup, and there was everybody. It was like, hey, I'll meet you at the ball carrier. Let's see who can get there first, but nothing doing on that 4th and short. And they were running sideways, Robert. You know when you're playing football and you got the shortest distance to a point is a straight line. When you get going sideways, that's going to struggle, and they got it.
Direct snap to Avant, and Austin Brawley read it like a book. He has been itching to get back on the field. The last couple of weeks have just been a return to conditioning, to playing condition. He's been healthy, and he's just been tormented, and now he's back, and he's going to get this year back because of the injury, Dontrell. The Lobos look forward to having him in 2026.
Yeah, happy for him and happy for the Lobos for him to be able to get back on the football field.
Jack Lane will be sacked back inside the 20-yard line. The first big TFL and negative play for the CSU defense. That's DeAndre Gill Jr., redshirt junior out of Seattle, Washington.
And if you're Jack right there, you just got to have your clock, right? Your clock is knowing and feeling 2, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000, 2, whatever it is, and get that ball out of there. He's lucky that he didn't fumble that. Typically when you hold on to the ball right there, someone's going to strip that, and he held on to it.
Twins to the left, single wide to the right. The tight end is Thomas as they motion Miller across the formation and hand it off to McKinney. And CSU getting penetration again. Nothing doing. Jernias Tafia, their nose tackle, the Washington State transfer, celebrating getting into the backfield there, D-Train.
Yeah, just penetration again. Much aligned about the 2 touchdown favorite, the 2-17. This is a team that wants to play football. This is a team that has beaten the Lobos 13 straight times, right? So they're going to play football. Lobos have to figure out and match whatever's going on right now.
The last win over CSU for UNM, 2009. Jack Lane in the gun. McKinney the tailback. 3-man pressure for Lane all the time in the world. This is Bankston. Bankston breaks a tackle and picks up the first down. A huge conversion on 3rd and 13. Give him 16 out to the 37.
Yeah, and you see just the improvised play, improvising just to get it out to one of your best players and let him do his thing. And that's exactly what he did. Maybe that play will calm the Lobos down. They kind of settle into this offense, but you see the explosion and the playmaking ability right there for Mr. Bankston.
Lobos love to go tempo after a big play, and Bankston gets the carry for 3 to the 40. Damon Bankston, 122 receiving yards 2 weeks ago against UNLV, Dontrell. That's the most ever by a running back in receiving yards in Lobo football history. Sam Scarber had the previous record of 119. It had stood since 1968.
Unbelievable. You just see his dynamic playability. You see that you can get him the ball in a multitude of ways. And talking to Coach Slice, the offensive coordinator for the Lobos, they wanted to figure out multiple ways to get him the football.
Flood the pattern with 5 and go back shoulder to Keegan Johnson. Couldn't get disengaged from Lamondre Joe in time to get to that fade throw from Lane. Nearly a big pickup for UNM.
Yeah, just a little off for me today, Mr. Lane, on a couple of throws. And on that back shoulder, you want to put it within the framework. The objective is it's going to be tight coverage. You throw it short so your receiver can make the play and come back. And that's what he was trying to do, but just a little off.
The Lobos feel just a little off early on, Dontrell. Like the first time all season that they have something to lose here playing today instead of just letting it rip.
Yeah, and sometimes that happens, Robert, with the bye week. And sometimes that happens.
4-man pressure here. Lane fires, caught. Keegan Johnson, first down, turns it upfield near sideline. For a gain of 8, move the chains.
And I remember asking Coach Eck, talking to him this week, and even the offensive coordinator and the defensive coordinator of both teams, just what happens in a bye week? How do you stay sharp? And sometimes after you've been playing well, you have the Nevada win, you have the Utah State win, you have the UNLV win, and then it all comes to a halt. You have to kind of work your way back into game intensity, game energy, and maybe that's kind of what's happening right now.
Great conversation with Keegan Johnson earlier this week, Dontrell. He came to UNM for opportunity from Iowa to K-State to New Mexico. He is having the season of his life here in the Duke City. Lane's going to tuck it away and take off straight up the field for a first down and more. Gain of 12 to the 40-yard line. The Lobos are in CSU territory for the first time today.
Yeah, a couple of first downs you see on the replay, just decisive decision-making for Mr. Lane there, and gets down and picks up the first down. And that's the theme. It's not always about dropping your. It's not always about dropping your passes. There, what can you do with your feet and make decisive decisions to pick up a first down?
Again, tempo and penetration. Just see Mitchell in the backfield. So far, when the Lobos have gone tempo, it has not worked.
Yeah, and it's a change of pace, right? You're trying to trick them, but what happens if you make the change of pace and you go tempo, you have to have the right call. And like you said, to your point, just hasn't worked at this time. And this is the part of the field where a trick play is probable.
Nothing there for Bankston on that carry. McKinney is the tailback for Lane this time. Trips to the right. Yeah, the tight end. Instead, he's going to go over the middle on the crosser. It's Keegan Johnson. Johnson down to the 16-yard line.
And Johnson just continuing his ways. You see her on the replay, surveying, waiting, and just throws a strike over the middle of the field on the deep end. What you want to do is get everybody looking at one way and then come back out the next.
A gain of 25. This one intended for Ziel Smith. And Lane and Smith can't make the connection. A flag is out. Wonder if CSU might have jumped. Could that have been a free play?
There are 2 fouls in the play, both by the defense. Offside, number 11. That penalty is declined. Illegal substitution. 12 players on the field at the snap. Also number 11. It's a 5-yard penalty. Replay first down.
So the Lobos will have 1st and 5 at the 11.
Yeah, you see 11 is trying to run off the field, and he's confused. And I get back off, do I get back in? And see him on the top of the screen there. Great replay to see.
Lobos go heavy here. 1st and 5 at the 11 from the pistol. McKinney gets the carry. McKinney has room. Look at the Lobos move the pile. It'll be a first down and more. 1st and goal down to the 3. That's a gain of 8 for DJ McKinney.
And that's what they said they wanted to do, right? Get in maybe 22 personnel, right? Get into a heavier personnel down in here and able to do that. And you see it, right? There's double tight end, and you just get behind the big guys right there, and then you just got the rugby scrum, and you just keep pushing and get inside the 5.
You've got Mappa and Keith and Thomas, 3 tight ends out there. In addition, big Jamar Tassi leading the way. This is McKinney to the goal line. Is he in? He's just short.
You see the offensive lineman right there. They're just pumped up. Jamar Tassi and company, they're just driving people off the ball, and they're like, run it back. Let's do this. Let's get it going.
2nd and goal from the 1. Again, heavy jumbo look. McKinney, the tailback. He'll get the carry. And DJ is in. Lobo touchdown from 1 yard out. New Mexico's in front 6-0.
Yeah, and there's no nonsense right there, right? We're going to get our big guys. We're going to get double tight end, get 3 running backs, get the extra linemen in there. We're going to get behind the pads of our guys and follow them in. Nothing fancy, nothing cute. That's exactly hard-nosed football. And you see it right here on the replay. Just get down, get low, blow your guy up, and McKinney's behind in there for a touchdown.
12-play, 77-yard, 6-minute and 11-second clock heater. A behemoth of a drive, capped off by the 1-yard plunge from McKinney. Luke Drizwicki strikes the PAT, and with that point, Drizwicki has tied the New Mexico record for scoring by a kicker. Lobos 7, CSU 0 on Altitude Sports.
It's the year-end sales event with the Ford crew, Black Friday.
Initiating great time to buy sequence.
Black Friday deals engaged.
Ford SUVs are go.
Bronco family built wild. It's go time.
Built Ford tough trucks are a go.
And go.
What's that one do?
Oh, you'll see.
This is how you do Black Friday.
During the Ford year-end sales event, get 0% limited term APR financing with 0 down payment and 0 payments for up to 90 days on a 2025 Ford F-150.
Advil liquid gels are faster and stronger than Tylenol rapid release gels. Also from Advil, Advil Targeted Relief, the only topical with 4 powerful pain-fighting ingredients that start working on contact and lasts up to 8 hours.
It's the final game, folks. This one wins the series.
Struck out with the cheap seats? Important things aren't worth compromising. At Farmers, we offer both quality insurance and great savings. Here, take mine.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
The power of we is all for one. It's all for you. It's always there for you. It completes your circle. It says you've got a team even when you're out there alone. And with Intermountain Health in your circle, you'll always have the care you need to live the healthiest life possible. That's the power of we. Intermountain Health.
A nice look at University Stadium here in Albuquerque. The bowl-eligible Lobos, for the first time since 2016, have taken a second-quarter lead on Colorado State. Mountain West football is brought to you by Vectra Bank Colorado. Put the financial professionals at Vectra to work for you. Big enough to count, small enough to care. Learn more at VectraBank.com. A division of Zion Bank Corporation, N.A., member FDIC. There's a look at the touchdown maker, DJ McKinney. It was his 6th rushing touchdown of the year. How about the Mountain West standings, Dontrell? It is wide open. We know that a 2-loss team will make the Mountain West Championship game because San Diego State and Boise State play this week.
Yeah, it's incredible, the toughness of this league. The standings, you see everyone feels like they have an opportunity. Earlier you showed the demographic, or the graphic of how many are bowl eligible, and now you see how close it is at the top. So just a lot of good football being played in the Mountain West.
A short kick here from Grant Glasgow will be fair caught. And CSU's Rocky Beers hauls it in to set up the Colorado State possession. You can see the massive drive for the Lobos to take the 7-0 lead. 12 plays, 77 yards, more than 6 minutes of clock time. Shoot up half of the second quarter.
And how they did it, right? Multiple different options. You had Jack Lane using his feet. You had DJ McKinney getting in there. You had Bankston with a huge third down that we talked about, undressing a guy on the outside and picking up the first down. You had Keegan Johnson catching balls over the middle. And again, the Lobos look like they settled in to that offensive possession there.
Brusso back at quarterback. Tries to drop one in the bucket there to the tight end Beers. A little too strong. Beers from the Air Force Academy. to Florida International and now to CSU.
And again, just a change at quarterback. Again, what you want to see is the guy who's going to be most comfortable in that position, comfortable with his arm, and comfortable with decision making.
4 wide receivers set up here for Brusso.
False start, 78. False start, number 78. Offense, 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Aaron Karras, the right tackle, jumped. Starting his 10th straight game. The offensive line has undergone serious turnover for Colorado State. They were outstanding a year ago, just 10 sacks allowed, 4th in all of FBS, but they lost 3 of their starters who departed, and another, Tanner Morley, was hurt early in the year with a season-ending injury. It's been a completely remade O-line. Lobos bringing pressure on Brusso here. He gets it out in time and fires his strike. Caught at the 27-yard line by Kojo Antwi. 3rd and long coming.
And you're right, Robert, talking about that offensive line. They only returning 1 starter from last year, and they've already given up 25 sacks, whereas you noted only gave up 10 a season ago. Definitely a place of worry for the Colorado State Rams.
Big 3rd down for the CSU offense. Can they stay on the field? Brusso feeling some pressure. Rolling to his right. He'll throw it away. It was being chased by Xavier Slayton, and the Rams will have to punt it away.
Yeah, coverage for me right there was spectacular. Not a lot of pressure, nowhere to go, but again, you drop 6 or 7 underneath and you only bring 4, nowhere to go. The Lobos had it bracketed underneath on top, and that's what you want for team defense. Complementary football is, a lot of coaches talk about where your offense does this, and you get your defense on the field and they stop them and you punt, and then you go down and score a touchdown. That's complementary football, and the Lobos are doing that in this second quarter.
This feels like that area in the field where a punt return is possible. They punt short again, though, and DJ McKinney has to get his teammates out of the way. And Hansen appears to have perfected that low bouncing punt. Really enjoyed a conversation with Daniel Hughes, the Lobo punter, about that particular type of punt. We're headed to break. It looks like it might be CSU's ball when we come back. 5:19 to go.
What's that song about gangsters moving all sneaky like?
Real G's move in silence like lasagna. You wrote it.
What? For real? Spin that.
Now playing on Amazon Music.
Real G's move in silence like lasagna.
The new Altitude Plus is here. Nuggets and Avalanche. Your way, every game. Live featured events put matchups front and center. Countdown clocks keep you locked in. Altitude Plus puts you in control. Rewind, fast forward, watch live or on demand. And multi-view to see it all at once.
Well, Nelson Bud's Landis go! Yes!
Get the new annual plan and save $40. Sign up at altitudeplus.com, then download the app today.
Outdoor TV will never be the same thanks to the new Game and Fish TV.
Now that's what we're talking about.
It's all free, all adventure, all the time.
Oh, it's amazing.
World-class outdoor TV for free.
What's not to like?
No one saw this coming, except, well, us. And maybe him.
I want a river dance so bad up here.
Game and Fish TV. All free, always. Watch now on GameandFishTV.com and your favorite streaming platforms.
We're back at University Stadium, and they have already done a replay review while we were in break. That angle does not show you definitively, but we do have one that does, and it clearly did not hit the foot. This one shows you definitively it did not hit the foot of Frankie Edwards. You can see that it misses his foot as it lands right there.
Yeah, and it's clear. And they already made the call. Lobo football, but they look at it, they get it right, and that's what you want from
100%.
replays. You want them just to get it right. What's unfortunate sometimes is when the play on the field is contrary, and it has to be opposite. You have to have indisputable evidence, and that's when sometimes it can get hazy.
Way to go to our crew on
Absolutely.
Altitude Sports. Our replays help them get it right. Fantastic work. Jack Lane pulls it. And he goes straight up the field for 4. 2nd and 6 at the 21.
And that's a wrinkle, Robert. You know, with Lobstein out, they were doing that, you know, pulling it. With Lane, they haven't really pulled it aside from the big 58-yard run in the last home game. But just a wrinkle to keep CSU safe, or keep them aware and honest, thank you, of what they're doing if he's going to pull it. And we'll see if that comes back at all to be a big play for the Lobos.
You referenced the Lobos dual-threat quarterback, James Lobstein, had a big game against UNLV 2 weeks ago. Out injured today. That's why we saw Toa Fa'avai get a chance as a second quarterback, running a similar package to what Lobstein was running.
And he can run. They love what he brings to the table. And if he ever gets out the backside, it's over.
One of the 3 fastest players on the Lobo roster, they say.
Think about that.
Scott Trey Humphrey got a chance right there between the tackles. And there wasn't much there.
Yeah, you see the discrepancy on that last graphic. 161 yards for the Lobos to 63 for the Rams. Lobos imposing their will. Just definitely want to be able to put another touchdown or another point on the board if you're the Lobos.
3rd and 6 here. Just inside 4 minutes left till intermission. Lane steps up, looking for Keegan Johnson. A little too high. Excuse me. Ziel Smith, the intended target there. Incomplete.
Yeah, had a little pressure off the edge right there. That's a throw that Jack Lane can make, and he'll want back. Got to just give him an opportunity to go up and make a grab. If it's a little shorter, he can go up maybe 2 hands and try to make that catch.
So Daniel Hughes going to look to air one out here. The Lobo punter. Javian Kennard back to receive for Colorado State. Hughes drops one at the 27, kicks ahead near the 25. And that's where Colorado State will take over 1st and 10 with just over 3.5 minutes left till break.
And there you see the punt right there by Hughes that didn't do what the Colorado State punter did. It didn't kind of checked up, but it came back. Whereas the other 2 for the Colorado State punter went and rolled out another 10 or 15 yards. Again, that's the beauty of those punts, and then also, you know, the unknown, what you're going to do.
Still
or what it's going to do. Sorry.
Punt.
Yeah, great punt. It's a great punt. I was specifically talking about what it does when it hits the ground to make it go from, you know, a 40-yard punt to sometimes a 60-yard punt.
No question. That one will net 53 yards for Hughes. Brousseau fires. It's caught. Out of bounds, far sideline. Tay Lanier. He was at New Mexico back in 2021. He transferred to CSU from Northern Arizona in Flagstaff. He was there for a couple of seasons. There's a look at Tay Lanier. Started his career as a Lobo out of Poly High in Long Beach. 2nd and 4. Marshall gets a try. Give him 2. 3rd and 2 coming up.
And Marshall, their guy, you know, all the people, you know, with Dupree being gone, Avant, Marshall, and Kennard, he has averaged 6.3 yards per carry on the season. Had the highest yards per carry of any of the running backs in that group. And talking to Coach Summer, he thought that was a group that could do a lot for him.
No Jalen Dupree, left the team on Thursday this week. Their top rusher at more than 500 yards this season. He'll enter the portal. Justin Marshall, pedigreed back himself. Doak Walker, watch this guy coming into the year. There's still talent in that backfield.
Absolutely.
It's Marshall. Short. Late flag. Jackson Eck, Tafian Combs converge on the tailback.
Personal foul, face mask, number 12, defense. 15-yard penalty after the end of the play, and automatic first down.
That really hurts. That's away from the tackle, off the play on the edge, and John Johnson caught for a personal foul.
Yeah, just probably got his hands to the face mask. You can see right here he comes in and just tries to get off of his guy, and he's being blocked. That's the crazy thing. He's kind of being blocked, and grabs a guy's face mask. Interesting call out on the edge that had nothing to do with the play.
A drive extender for CSU at the 2:20 mark here, late second quarter. Brusso in the shotgun. 4 wide receivers into the pattern. Lobos get some pressure. Brusso will get it away late. Big, bad Brian Booker. Turned 22 yesterday. Book into the backfield, and Brusso up a little gimpy.
Yeah, had a little, was able to spend some time with them in the last game when you know, at UNLV, and you see the athletic ability of the big man can move and get around, and you see him right there getting off the tackle or getting off the block and creating the pressure there.
6'3", 225. Transferred from Texas Southern. The switch at quarterback, Darius Curry comes back. 67% completion rate for Curry so far this season. Did a nice job when he entered the game earlier. Play fake and he'll throw here. They set up the screen to the tight end Beers, and Beers out of bounds far side. On a 2nd and 10 play, he'll get about half of it.
This is the 2-minute timeout.
3rd and 5 coming up. Two-minute timeout. New Mexico and CSU. You can see Jackson Brusso shaking up on this play here. They've gone to Curry at quarterback.
You're a fan. You've noticed the Lobos are looking good this year. Epic media days. Killer intro videos. Meet the team behind your team. Half-Life has been the top commercial production company in New Mexico for over 20 years, bringing Hollywood's production values to the Southwest top brands. Half-Life is proud to be the official production company partner of the Lobos. Half-Life, serve the story.
Hold on to every memory this time of year and make it another December to remember, because the greatest measure of the season is how it makes you feel. The December to Remember sales event.
Lease the 2026 RX 350 for $509 a month for 36 months.
Hold on to every memory this time of year and make it another December to remember, because the greatest measure of the season is how it makes you feel. The December to Remember sales event.
Lease the 2026 TX 350 for $559 a month for 36 months.
Back at University Stadium in a very important 3rd and 5 here at the 2-minute timeout, late second quarter. CSU trying to extend the drive in New Mexico territory, trailing by a touchdown. Curry, the quarterback. Curry fires. Knocked down by Drew Speech. Terrific pass breakup for Speech as he reached out in front of Tommy Maher and poked it away.
And what he did really well right there was wait for the last second. Try not to get that hand or that body where they'll call pass interference at the last second. And you see here on the replay, just a great ball, but a great timing by Speech to knock that out at the last second.
So much traffic there on the replay, Dontrell. How did Drew Speech even know the ball was coming? It's amazing what they do in real time with bodies flying everywhere.
Oh, it's a special thing. But they work at it. They train at it, and they prepare themselves for the moment, and then they just have to go out and execute.
Hanson's punt kicks forward too fast and through the hands of a CSU teammate and into the end zone for the touchback.
And it looked like Brawley tried to maybe snag that out of the air. I hope they don't kind of, I'm not sure if he touched it or not, but he was going to try to grab that.
.146 on the game clock. New Mexico football with the Lobos on top 7-0.
And here we get a look at that last play, Robert, on the punt return where it's kind of doing again. He's mastered that kind of head over toe over, kick where it just flickers and goes down, and probably maybe tried to get his hand on it to save some field position.
1st and 10. Lane at quarterback. Looking to throw. Just 3-man pressure here from CSU. Jack will step up. He's got McKinney down the sideline. McKinney to midfield. McKinney lost his footing at the 47. Pickup of 33.
Again, that's been a theme in this second quarter where he's improvising. He breaks the tackle or the tackle box, the line of scrimmage, and drops it in there right before he passes it in a huge gain.
Again, CSU passive, just rushing 3. So Lane's going to take off, dive ahead near the 39. Gain of 7. Clock shows 120, 119, 118. Lobos with their full allotment of 3 timeouts. McKinney nailed in the backfield. Kenyon Agers.
He was just unblocked off the edge. You have the zone that goes away from the the end man and line of scrimmage. They're not going to block him. That's just what it's designed to do.
Charge him out of half. New Mexico, 30 seconds.
But if you're the running back, you have to feel that and know and get up the field.
Agers from Inglewood High in the LA Basin. What a season for Jack Lane, the Lobo signal caller. There's a look at Tyson Summers, the interim head coach of Colorado State. And he had 2 seasons as a head man at Georgia Southern. Was fired mid-year of the 2nd season there. Promoted from defensive coordinator back on October 19 when Jay Norvell, the head coach for CSU, was let go. It's his 2nd stint at Colorado State. He was a defensive coordinator under Mike Bobo back in 2015. Tyson Summers.
Yep, and his philosophy is rally the troops.
Out route here. Beautiful hands catch by Keegan Johnson at the 36. Very close to a 1st down. They're going to give him the line to gain. Move the sticks.
And that's just the understanding and experience from Keegan there to get to where he needs to get and catch that ball. And I think about what you're saying real quick about Coach Summers is just he took his team meetings to the locker room, right? He said, I wanted to get them in a space where I could create a different atmosphere, a different rhetoric, a different perspective of what's going on in the locker room, create a better team atmosphere than maybe a negative one, and he's tried to do that.
Lane on the design quarterback draw will take off, pick up a 1st down, give him 11 to the 26. Lobos hurrying up. Down to 35 ticks here at the end of the 2nd quarter.
The previous plays under further review.
Maybe the spot.
Yep. Exactly. Is it a 1st down?
Right. Where was his knee when he kind of goes down into that giving himself up position? If you go forward, right, then it's where the ball is. If you slide, then it's also where the ball is, but it's a yard or 2 behind.
Let's see where Jack Lane goes down.
Judging by that replay, he might be a little short. Seeing if his knee was closer, down around the 28 as opposed to the 25, but we'll see.
Mentioned that Lane's having a tremendous season, Dontrell. How about 77% completions in consecutive weeks? This, the design quarterback draw. They've given him progress to the 26.
Yeah, and it could be like the 27, maybe the 28, or maybe they got it right, but we'll have to take a look again. or see how they look at it and see what they decide.
One more peek. He needs to get inside the 27 to have a first down.
And I do think he's a little short of the 26 that they gave him. Based on that last replay, it was a really good one to see kind of what was going on there.
It does appear that the line to gain is short of the 26, though.
Right.
If he got halfway between the 27 and the 26, it might still be a first down.
Right.
We told you earlier that Lane's 68.4% completion rate this year would be a New Mexico single season record. You know well the man who holds the current mark, Dontrell. Your quarterback from back in 2005, Cole McCamey, completed 62.5% of his passes that year. Actually 62.3 to be exact.
Yeah, I do. And we'll take a look again really quick at this replay, and that looks 27-ish, maybe half a yard short. We'll see what they're deciding. Again, they're going to take a look at these things, and sometimes it can take some time, but they want to get it right and be precise on what they decide to do.
It'll either be 1st and 10 or 2nd and very short.
After review, the runner was down at the 26.5-yard line at 2nd and 1. The chains were incorrectly stretched. By rule, this situation qualifies for a 10-second runoff. New Mexico has elected to take their second charge time out of the half to avoid the runoff. The game clock operator please set the game clock to 46 seconds. 4-6, please.
Wow, that cost the Lobos a timeout, and that's through no fault of their own.
Thank you. It will start on the snap.
That's a tough break.
Those are the rules.
And did notice that those chains were late getting moved up.
No.
They call that rub of the green on the golf course, don't they?
It just happens, exactly. Those guys do a great job in general, and occasionally you're a little behind, and it cost the team a timeout or cost the team a situation. I'm sure they'll get it fixed up and won't affect the game.
Obvious choice there to take the timeout and preserve the 10 seconds. The Lobos still have one timeout remaining, so it'll be 2nd and about a half yard. Empty backfield here for Lane. 5 wide receivers set up on 2nd and short, and Lane will be sacked. Jeremy Nayborn Owens.
And final charge from out of the half. New Mexico, 30 seconds.
And that puts the Lobos behind the chains.
And that's where the mishap maybe can haunt you when the play afterwards on 2nd and short, and you give up a sack, and now you're against the chains on 3rd and long. But again, that's the way the cookie crumbles.
So now you don't have any timeouts to play with. You do have 42 seconds. You're currently in Luke Drizwicki's field goal range. You can't take another sack. How aggressive with your play calling are you here, Dontrell?
Personally, I'm very aggressive, and I think Coach Slice would be aggressive. But what that means is you got to get your plays going to the outside, your corner routes, your routes that lead you to out of bounds. And I think that's kind of the mentality. I can be aggressive with control.
Be a very long field goal from this point, about 49 yards if New Mexico does not pick up a single yard. They give it to McKinney, and McKinney will try the right side. Inside the 30, down to the 28 for a gain of 4. And now 4th and short, and here comes Drizwicki.
And that's where, again, right now you'd have a timeout, you'd have an opportunity to set yourself, and now you're kind of, we used to call it hurry up field goals, where you get out, there's time running, and you're not going to have a timeout to set yourself, but you get out there and you practice these things and you execute when the time is needed.
A field goal here for Driz, and he is the all-time leading scorer for kickers in Lobo football history. It is on the way, and it is good. From 45 yards, Drizwicki passes David Margulis for 2nd all time on the career scoring list and #1 against Lobo, among all Lobo place kickers. The leading scorer all time, of course, is my broadcast partner, Dontrell Moore. And that's a pretty cool list that Drzewiecki has been climbing over a 4-year career as the starting place kicker.
Yeah, just excited for him, and just consistency, right? I know just as well as he knows and that you have to be consistent. In order to do that, you have to get the opportunities, prepare yourself for those opportunities, and make the most of them. And that's what Luke Drzewiecki has been able to do over his career as a Lobo.
We'll have Lobo head football coach Jason Eck here in just a moment. New Mexico takes a 10-0 lead into intermission. Coach Eck, thank you for being with us here at halftime. A slow start for your football team today.
Well, our defense is playing their ass off. It was a slow start by the offense, and the offense still is not good enough where we need to be. But I think it's unfair to our defense to say that. They have 68 yards. Our defense is playing their ass off. We got to play better on offense, and it's self-inflicted stuff that we can control.
What would you like to see from the offense in the second half, Coach?
Everyone doing their job. We had too many things that are the Lobos beating the Lobos, and we're not executing. I don't think it's anything special they're doing. We're just screwing things up.
Thank you very much. You can tell that Coach Eck is not happy with his team's performance in the first half here today, Dontrell.
Yeah, he is. He wants some things to change, and I understand when you have perfection, it's what you want. You want them to be better.
The Lobos a big, long scoring drive to take a 7-0 lead. They add the field goal from Drzewiecki late in the second quarter. It's New Mexico 10, CSU nothing at intermission on Altitude Sports.
The power of we believes in you. It advocates for you. It completes your circle. It makes sure you have the strongest circle possible. And with Intermountain Health in yours, you'll always have the care you need to live the healthiest life possible. That's the power of we. Intermountain Health.
Ford assembles the most vehicles in the U.S. That's a commitment to keeping America strong. And to our veterans, active military, and first responders, we are proud to honor your commitment and service with a special offer just for you. From America's most awarded brand for new vehicle quality.
For a limited time, all active and retired military personnel and first responders can receive $1,000 exclusive bonus cash only at your local Ford stores.
The Freestyle Libre 3 Plus sensor tracks your glucose in real time. And over time, it can help lower your A1C. This is progress. Learn more and try for free at freestylelibre.us.
There are different ways to get to the future. Fidelity can help you save for and live in retirement with a free personalized plan. No matter what your future holds, Fidelity can help you take on retirement.
There's a new fantasy basketball game this season, and it's the easiest way to get your fantasy fix. Introducing Yahoo Fantasy High Score, the official season-long fantasy game of the NBA. Here's how it works. Draft 10 players, start 6, and set your lineup once a week. Every bucket, steal, rebound, assist, and block earns you points. But only the highest scoring game for each starter counts towards your team's weekly total. It doesn't get any easier than that. Sign up for High Score today at nba.com/playfantasy.
Mix 100.
Live and local with Jeremy, Katie, and Josh in the morning.
I love you guys. I love this morning show. You guys bring so much energy.
Thank you,
I'm going to save that audio and send it to the boss.
Yeah. Denver's best music.
Mix.
Jeremy, Katie, and Josh in the morning. Denver's best music all day. Mix 100.
Outdoor TV will never be the same thanks to the new Game & Fish TV.
Now that's what we're talking about.
It's all free, all adventure, all the time.
Oh, it's amazing.
World-class outdoor TV for free.
What's not to like?
No one saw this coming, except, well, us. And maybe him.
I want a river dance so bad up here.
Game & Fish TV. All free, always. Watch now on GameandFishTV.com and your favorite streaming platforms.
Windrock Wonderland. Windrock Wonderland.
Windrock Wonderland is back. Join us Friday, November 28th from 2 to 6 p.m. for a holiday market and tree lighting. Come back Saturday, November 29th from 12 to 4 p.m. for a holiday stroll market and festivities. all at Winrock Town Center.
Windrock Wonderland, Windrock Wonderland.
And now for a weather update. The polar vortex is bringing a lot of snow. Good news for a white Christmas, but just be safe getting home. This storm will be here through the night, as will I.
The greatest measure of the season is how it makes you feel. The December to Remember sales event.
Lease the 2026 RX 350 for $509 a month for 36 months.
We're back at halftime at University Stadium. I had a chance to sit down with Daniel Hughes, Ray Guy Award watch list punter of the New Mexico Lobos. Here's part of that conversation. Dan, it's great to be with you, man. Thanks for doing this.
Thanks for having me.
It's awesome to have you. And first off, how are things going?
Really well. Yeah, we're 6-3. Things are good at the facility right now, so good time to be a Lobo.
I guess it is. What is it like over there? I mean, you guys are in almost uncharted territory.
I have nothing to compare it to. Obviously, I got it in July, so in the previous years, I don't really know what it's been like here, but from what I've heard, this doesn't happen very often.
That is true, and it's fantastic what's going on over there. And I guess it starts at the top, doesn't it? What is Coach Jasonak like?
He's the man. He's the man. Again, I have nothing to compare it to, but I think I've been so lucky with having him and Coach DePrado as my two coaches my first year, so they're amazing to work with.
You mentioned Coach DePrado, your special teams coach. What about him?
Yeah, I don't see Coach Eck too much, but Coach DePrado I'm with all day, every day. He's been guiding me through this process. He's been helping me, educating me, and teaching me the game. So without him, none of this happens.
And you're having a spectacular year. It's got to be kind of surreal.
Yes and no. Yes and no. Like, obviously, it's great to have the results and the recognition, but I've trained so hard for this and I've waited so long for this. So I'm grateful that I've got it, but I'm not surprised.
Not surprised because you put in the work, but the road traveled